Hey guys, welcome back to Vaysida Farms. Today we are here for a barn tour, obviously. I'm almost definitely going to miss things that you guys have questions about. So go ahead and put that in the comments for what you'd like to learn. And without further ado, here we go. So, our barn, I don't know when it was built. It's a great question I'll have to ask. If I do end up finding out, it'll be in the title. But our barn is a butt-to-butt tie stall. It is 42 stalls total, so that would be 21 stalls on each side. 9 stalls here, 9 stalls here, and then 12 there and 12 there, I believe, in each not even quarter of the barn. But obviously we have this here. Now in the winter, when the cows are all in, we put straw in the middle to bed them up. And if you see any that aren't quite bed up yet, I'll get to them, I promise. They don't have a whole lot of food right now because we're going to start milking soon, so we'll give them TMR. So we don't want them to have excess hay in front of them. We want to give them a nice fresh start for milking. So, yeah, that would be it. You guys seen me obviously do that last video. Next up we have the manger. Here's, where the hay goes, obviously. We got all our cows here. Come over here in the hay mow. We have our hay, which we worked all summer to do, and our straw. And there's our straw chopper, which currently needs fixing. The wheel no longer exists, so we'll have to fix that. But other than that, it works good. Here's some of our calves. Okay, if we continue back in the barn, still you can see all the cows. Here's some hay for the calves. And there they are. That's the older ones. Here's the younger ones right here in their stalls. Okay guys, so I've actually had a few people ask me how we pump the manure to the pit. So, if you can see out there, the window's really dirty, but there's the pit. We're actually in the process of working on this pump right now. There's some things wrong with it, but it works. The chain just breaks from time to time. So the chain goes through here with all these buttons you can push, and that there is currently full, but it's a very deep hole, and all the manure gets shoved into there, and then this plunger will go up and down and plunge the manure out to the pit. And yeah, that's how it works. To explain it, it's pretty simple, but it's kind of complicated. You have all these gears here. This is the transmission. So right there is the only spot that actually drives the chain. And then chain comes here and all the way down this side of the barn and turns at the end, and all the way down this side. Turns right there, which we just had to replace that wheel. And in the hole. So yeah, that's how it works. Pretty simple if you ask me, but I don't know. If you guys have any more questions about that, feel free to ask. Alright, so we're on the other side of the barn now. Let's go ahead and flick this fan on again. If I go ahead and step outside here for a second. We do have, there's the feed room, and then our 2 silos here, and our bin that's full of soybeans, or mineral. Sometimes we order either or, but protein for the cows. This here we haven't used, and we probably haven't used it in like 2 years, but it does get used still, although not lately. It has a tendency to break down, but The silage, you have to fork it from the silo onto this, and then it'll come up in here and drop into this one, and then it either gets sent that way or this way. And there's these plungers here which are locked together. There's one on the other side, so it just moves back and forth and will push these doors up, which creates the bottom, and then the silage will drop evenly, be distributed evenly. So yeah, that's how that works. And then what we mainly use though for feeding outside is that feeder there, and there's the manure pit obviously. But yeah, we normally just feed big squares out of that feeder. And excuse me while I try to get back in. Alrighty, so now here's how we feed the cows. So we have these 3 wheelbarrows which we use to haul the TMR to the cows. If I flip this light on, we have our TMR mixer with this conveyor which fills the wheelbarrows. If you walk over here, here's that conveyor for the silage feeder out there. Then we have our silage silo, which, you know, will open up and unload up here into the mixer. Here we have a pallet with a bunch of random bags, but right now this is some bicarb, I believe, for the cows, and salt and things like that. Here's our high moisture silo. It has a very different unloader. This is more like a grain bin, which is just the unloaders. There's a auger that spins inside the silo. So like right here is the floor of the silo. So there's an auger that spins on the floor and pulls it to the center, and it drops in the center, and then this auger here pulls it out and drops it into this auger, which then brings it into the mixer. And out this window here is the bin, protein bin, and here is the auger for it, which also brings it in the mixer. And for those of you that wanted to see what the inside of the mixer looks like, because I'm sure there'll be some of you, this is what it looks like. So these here, it's kind of like a combine header, if you know what that looks like. But these just spin around and turn the feed, and yeah, mix it up. And then, I don't know if you guys can see there. I can't see from up here, but there should be an auger along the bottom, which if I go down here, so yeah, right here is an auger, and it brings it here. And then this is to control the door. So there's a door right here for how much feed you want coming out. So we control that. It goes up into the wheelbarrows, and then we distribute it to all the cows. So there we go, guys. I think I touched on everything that you would want to see. If I didn't know, obviously, feel free to leave a comment for what you'd like to see, and hopefully we'll try and film it here coming up. I do want to thank all of the new subscribers, because the last video did way better than my wildest dreams could imagine. And we went from like 134 subscribers, I think, to now I'm at 231. So thank you to half of my new viewer base that just started following along. Thanks to you guys, and hopefully you stick around for a while. Now, me and this guy right here, which is Little Dude we like to call him, we are gonna say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.